Welcome back to Off Guard. It's your host, Austin Rivers, along with my co-host, as always, Pausha Hagigi. We are back, fresh after the weekend. Surprising, even more, some of these series in which way they've tilted. I'm going to let you kind of narrate us into which one you want to dive into first.
Awesome.
But there's one I watched last night that
you've been a part of games where there was a big blowout like that. Obviously, probably during the regular season, either on the winning side or the losing side. In the playoffs, this just can't happen, right? Like all the game planning, how familiar you are with each team. How does Cleveland lose by 40 like that? You know what I mean? Like how does that happen? Even just going down like that in the first half, that just cannot. That's the kind of loss where I'm like, okay, if you guys lose the series, changes have to happen this summer, right?
That's the point is not to. I think if we've seen anything over the past year or two, I think the regular season has too much weight. And I think people hang too much on the regular season. Expectations are too high for some of these teams. I think Cleveland's a very good team. What have I been telling you this entire time?
And I said Cleveland was going to go to the finals.
What did I tell you?
I get it, and you were right. But can I tell you something? If the Thunder were going to lose yesterday also, if they didn't go on that 11-0 run in the fourth quarter, if the Thunder were going to lose and Cleveland lost like that, I would have started the pot off today by saying the regular season means nothing. Just toss it out the window.
Yeah. OKC win got that. It was a big win. That series is far from over, though. It's probably going 7, as we can see. And even then, you could just see what a inferior Nuggets team, because they are, in terms of...
they're a shell of themselves from the title.
Yeah, they are a shell of themselves from the team that they were a few years back when they won. They haven't been able to replace a lot of those role players they've lost. Jamal Murray's actually having a pretty damn good playoffs. Not every single game, but he's played very well and had some big games. It's still not probably the same Jamal of what we got, a couple of years back.
It fluctuates with him. I think I've kind of just, with him, I understand the highs and lows, right?
Yeah.
It's just the way it's going to, since the bubble.
You go down the line. AG's pretty much the only guy. Him and Nikola are the only guys still playing at like that.
That's the thing. When you don't have depth like that, some of your main guys just need to play out of this world. I think AG. That's when
AG's been the answer.
He's been able to do that.
AG has been the answer. Aaron Gordon has been fantastic. With that being said, they're still a shell of themselves of what they were, and they are giving problems to OKC, and that's just a lot of it due to execution, youth, inexperience. All these different things that OKC is fine-tuning right now and going through. Luckily, they were able to pull out a win, last night. That's the hard part for these young teams. Learning and winning at the same time. Can you learn and win at the same time? Can you learn from your mistakes from one game and capitalize it on the next game? This is something that OKC is trying to do. Again, I do believe OKC is going to the finals. I was very hesitant to put them in there. I thought they have to prove it to me. I think even a win like they had yesterday proves something. Just from the fact that they're playing against a really good Denver team. Again, maybe not be the same Denver team as before, but they're a Denver team that hangs their hat on execution, just considering who their best player is, Nikola. They're going to get a good shot down the floor just about every single time. And an OKC team that likes to go up and down and is fast and young and spry, then you play a team that's kind of the opposite of that like walks the ball up, could be a huge matchup nightmare. And they've done a good job of adjusting and figuring out ways to beat them at their own game.
That's a great point. OKC doesn't have that traditional point guard that's going to control the tempo.
Yeah,
right?
It's not like a Halliburton's over there doing their thing. They kind of have their own style of play in their game, but they're falling into Denver's game and still figuring out ways to win the game. So it's impressive to say the least. As far as Cleveland goes, very disappointing. It's one thing to lose a series, and I expect a better effort in the closeout game. They better close out in Indiana. They better show some fucking pride and win that game in Cleveland. And I say that just due to the fact that you guys dominate all year long. You get the number 1 seed in the East. Fantastic year. Franchise year for your team. To the point where people were like, I think this is the only team that can compete with Boston. These are the things being said about
Cleveland. Much so they got DeAndre Hunter, I think, to match up with Boston. They might not even get to see them. You know what I mean?
Might not get to see them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to close the door.
Door's closed. I'll close it for you. How about that?
Okay.
I'll close it. It's shut. They lost. The score was 80. They gave up 80 points in the first half. I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to hear they had guys injured or banged up. Everybody does. Everybody has guys banged up and injured. So let's take that out of effect. Besides the fact that it's very strange to me that Garland couldn't play in a few games and the next game was out there just throwing no-look passes. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not coming at Darius. I'm just saying, like, you go from not playing to playing in a matter of a day and a half. You healed in a day and a half.
Yeah, listen, I don't
regardless
know what guys can play through.
Regardless of which their whole team plays.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming at Darius Garland. I'm a fan of his game. I think he's a fantastic player, and I've met him a few times. I think he's a great human being. But mental toughness, physical toughness, and your team not like throwing in the towel like that listen, for me, that game was embarrassing. 80 points by halftime. They had 14 turnovers at halftime. 14.
How much of this is you want to give credit to Indiana though too,
bro? We'll get
because
to them.
We talk about you. I mean, you've told me it's a tough place to play.
We'll get to them, but Cleveland deserves more of a stint here in this pod today.
Yeah,
because you don't go grab the number 1 seed and dominate the regular season like this, and then get in the second round, not the conference finals, the second round, and you're getting mollywopped. It's 3-1. You just lost a game by 40. You were down 40 at halftime. You know how hard it is to be down that much at halftime? It's one thing you lose, but you're like down by 15 or something at halftime. Yeah. And then they do it again. So now the lead looks like 30. So now the game looks nasty, even though like you've lost each half by 15. It hasn't been a crazy blowout, but together, both halves together, a 30-point game. You were down 40 damn near at halftime.
Yeah, to be down 20 is a big deal. You did that twice.
You did that twice by halftime.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You lost by 20 each quarter?
Yeah.
That's not a Indiana thing. We'll give them credit because they played well. That's a letting go of the rope thing. That's that team camaraderie, that team strength. That's not there. I don't know who the leader of that ship is. I couldn't tell you. But then Donovan Mitchell doesn't come out back to play. He gets hurt and doesn't come back out. Am I correct?
But I mean, I think it might be worn down. You know what I mean? With the way he's had to put the team on his shoulders with guys being out.
Nikola does it every night. I'm just telling you. Okay? These guys do it. He's worn down. Have you seen Jalen Brunson fucking just waddle around getting hacked every game? He's got the fucking Knicks on his back. That's what you have to do, bro. Do we remember Steph? Bro, Steph's out there about to play like a half-torn hamstring. They're begging for him to come back. Jimmy's out there figuring his best out. At 30-something, still wasn't enough because they're dealing with a healthy Timberwolves now that are thriving. Everyone has problems. I can go down the list of every team of someone who's beat up and tired. So I don't know what happened to Donovan Mitchell. If he really got seriously injured, then that's one thing. He didn't come back on the floor. Like the rope had just let go. And their team just continued to get bounced. They were down by 40 at halftime anyway. They had 14 turnovers. Not to mention at halftime. At fucking halftime, the Pacers had 25 assists. These numbers aren't even real. They're not even, that's a lot of assists for a game. They had this at halftime. That means there's zero defense being played. Not to mention when you have Hunter, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley.
Hunter and Jared Allen both were basically no-shows, especially like on the offensive end.
Yeah, but you have these guys who are like, these are good defensive guys.
Yeah.
80 points at halftime? But no. Hold on. I'm not done yet. Darius Garland, the comments he made about Tyler Hero, just pick on Hero. Hey, bro, did you watch that shit last night and who they were picking on? Bro, come on, man. This shit was nasty. Yeah. And again, I think Darius Garland's a fantastic player. Donovan Mitchell's a top 3 or 4 shooting guard in the NBA. Very talented. I love Evan Mobley and the strides he's taken this year. Cleveland had a fantastic year. Sure, they had a couple injuries for a couple games. So are the Warriors dealing with it. So have other teams dealt with injuries. It's part of the playoffs sometimes, okay? You have to figure out ways to find something from someone else. And by the way, isn't this the team that we said was just as deep as anybody? Cleveland was so deep. What happened is certain things got exposed. And we called that out before. We talked about it. We said, listen, Ty Jerome, some of these guys have had good regular seasons. In the playoffs, they're going to have to perform. Started out good, had a couple good games first round. After that, it's been bad. It's been this series has been atrocious. Indiana has picked on him all playoffs or all series. He to the point where like he's just shouldn't even be on the floor. Some of these other guys have been getting cooked, bro. I got to pull up the numbers to validate that. I can't even look at what because it doesn't even matter what Cleveland's numbers are because no one gives a shit if you score 20 being down 40. It's very easy to play because now you're not playing for anything. You know you're not going to win the game. There's no pressure. It's like garbage hours in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, come on, man. Bro, we needed, that's just ridiculous. I needed something more than that.
Well, the reason I like Cleveland all year is because I thought they had no weakness. I like their guard play. I like their bigs. And then the in-between guys, when they got DeAndre Hunter, they got the best bench in the NBA, I thought. I just thought they were going to be the team that could challenge the Celtics. And I thought they were going to go to the finals. I thought I put too much weight on the regular season for sure.